Hey guys, Simon Trizelian, voice of reason, and just wanted to catch up on one of the videos I did the other day called "Pardon My Pardons," and we went through the Biden pardons, and of course, one of the ones we didn't discuss, of course, is the two Biden pardons that he should have done and didn't. The first was to pardon himself, and the second one was to pardon Trump. If he had done that, I think he would have sent a very, very powerful message of bipartisanship to the incoming administration. Plus, it would have given him a great excuse to be able to qualify all the pardons that he gave. It's just very difficult to argue when the new administration is the beneficiary of one of those pardons. So I think that was a misstep, but anyway, that's the way it is. So what it did do is open the door for Trump to do pretty much whatever he wanted with the pardons. I mean, who's going to argue at that point? So of course, the first thing he did was pardon the January 6 people, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. Clearly, there were some criminal acts done during that day, none of which actually comes into the word which has been bandied around a lot called insurrection. So not one of those defendants was actually charged with insurrection. Trump has been claimed to be an insurrectionist, even though he's never been charged with such. And it's just a talking point, to be honest. So the insurrection didn't actually happen. Was it trespass? Absolutely. Was it the crime of trying to disrupt an official committee? Absolutely. Did it come under the First Amendment or the ability for protest? Perhaps. And therefore, one could argue that, if the January 6 people all got convicted and swept up en masse, what happened to the so-called Summer of Love when half of America was burnt to the ground under the BLM riots? I think that there was a double standard there, dramatically. My feelings are, and it's just my opinion, is that if you commit a crime, then you should be placed into the justice system in the most effective way, and you should have your day in court. You should be able to face your accuser. You should be, your crime should be determined by, a jury of your peers. I mean, that's how the system works, and none of that happened. And people were essentially interned without trial for a long time, and I think that is, and I've had the same experience. So it's a bad thing when you do not get due process and you know that you're innocent, and it's just difficult to be able to prove because either the courts are not open, or no one seems keen to give you that due process. So I think that for those people in January 6th that actually committed a crime, trespass, assault, whatever, then they should be subjected to, all aspects of the law. For the people that just did the walkthrough, and we've still seen the videos, most people were just being invited in and just walked around. And I think for people to be placed in the same boat as the people assaulting officers is two different systems of justice, and I think that was very, very wrong. So that's my thoughts on that pardon. Now, Trump is going to obviously now have the carte blanche, to pardon who he wants, and that is a presidential right. It's something that is enshrined. But I do feel that we should go back to the original aspects of what a pardon should be, is that you pardon someone that has actually committed a crime that they have been convicted of. That is what a pardon should be. It should not be a blanket pardon to do anything that you want or anything that you possibly do in the future. Otherwise, this opens it up for massive abuse. because any president could pardon the whole of his cabinet to undertake any type of illegal activities, you know, for the rest of their term and beyond, and then not get any blowback for any criminal activity. It doesn't make any sense at all. And that's unfortunately what Biden has done with these so-called preemptive pardons. I think once the new administration settles in and the DOJ settles in, I think that they will actually have a look at these pardons, and then it will go before the Supreme Court as to what a pardon actually means and what is the basis of a presidential pardon. And I think at that point it's going to be a very different story, because the people that have had these preemptive pardons will then be told that they actually don't mean a thing. Now at that point it will be up to President Trump to decide whether he wishes to uphold some form of pardon or direct the DOJ to enforce the law. That's what's going to happen. So that's my thoughts on the pardons. So I know it's a little bit of out of date now, but it's taken me a while to get around to it. There's so much else is going on. Anyway, this is Simon Trezelyan, and yeah, I hope that you enjoy my content. Take care. Bye bye now.